The UK government is breaking its own rules about arms exports by continuing to sell weapons or to allow companies to export weapons to Israel, given the ongoing genocide in Gaza. And yesterday's hearing was to set out and decide the scope of what the full hearing will cover. And so the broad lines of dissent yesterday were whether the judicial review should only focus on the export of parts for the F-35 fighter jet, or whether it should include all the decisions prior to that and arms exports more generally. The question is not so much what the supporters of Israel, like the United States, like the United Kingdom, the question is not so much what do they say about the genocide. The question is actually what does the genocide say about them? And so one of the things that I find really interesting at the moment is that the UK government seems to be abandoning any interest in being seen to be reasonable. It's abandoning any interest in being seen to comply in even any minimal way with international law. It's saying some of the words, but its actions are so far from any reasonable understanding of commonplace terms that it seems as if they've just decided to abandon even the facade of legitimacy now. And that's one of the things that I find quite striking about what's happening at the moment. You know, there are conversations that this country needs to have about what national security means, what it looks like, what are we spending our money on when children are going hungry in this country, when people cannot get access to medical services in this country, and yet more and more money is going to the arms companies in the form of subsidies that are paid for with our taxpayers' money. You know, that's the conversation we need to have. I am here for that conversation. You know, I have views that other people would disagree with, you know, but we have to have a more mature and nuanced conversation about these things in this country. All I see is the UK government following the US line and taking its cue from the United States all the time. That is not the sign of a mature liberal democracy. That is not the sign of a self-confident polity.